Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy. This is RPG Bros. I'm Sean.
I am Justin.
And we did a tiny little bit of grinding off screen.
Just a skosh. It was an important moment in this game.
And by a tiny bit, we mean a whole hell of a lot. We are up to level 10 now. We got all the magic spells, all the weapons, all the armor, everything you need to pwn this part of the game.
This part of the game happens to be one of the hardest parts of the game.
If you haven't ground.
Well, this is the part where you're like, oh, I'm floating along, it's all good. Like, I didn't really have to try that hard to get here. Oh no, here you go, you're in Pwnville. And so, in order to negate that situation, typically you have to grind for, an hour or two or three, depending on, your RPG skill level. If you want the game to not be hard, we recommend 3 hours. And how many hours do you think that we did?
Probably 4.
Yeah, probably 4.
Well, we went up to the Peninsula of Power, which is right above the second town. We
Pravoka.
got all of the different magic spells, armor. We got a whole bunch of pures and potions. So we're freaking ready to go here. This Marsh Cave, it shouldn't stand much of a chance. It should be pretty much a pushover. If you haven't done this, you're going to be in for a whole world of hurt. However, we're going to show you how to really do it.
So, for those of you who aren't aware,
Astos double-crossed us. Go south to the Cave of Marsh to retrieve the crown. Then bring it directly back to me. Mwahahaha.
So, it's important to know, for those of you that aren't aware, like I said before, that the Peninsula of Power is a place that's above the town of Pravoka that is, there's enemies there that are from much further along in the game. So, if you happen to go ahead and get the best armor and the best weapons for your fighter, and you get Fire 2 and Harm 2 for your White Wizard and Black Wizard, you have a great chance of killing enemies that are there, and you'll get, a few thousand gold at once when you win those battles. And that's an incredibly important part if you want to go ahead and get all the best spells and all the best weapons and armor for this point in the game, and you don't want to go to the Dwarf Cavern and go get the extra gold that happens to be stashed there.
Right, because normally you're only going to be getting, 300 or 400 gold per battle, and the Peninsula of Power will definitely put you ahead.
It will. And it's great to do, especially, not everybody has played this game as many times as Sean and I happen to have played. And this game, while I love this game, we're really doing this for the benefit of you, the viewer. We don't want to put you through the bitter, painstaking trials of doing this, A, when you're underpowered, and B, when you aren't farmed up. So, A, we skip the farming for your benefit, and, here we are.
Yeah, you see how slow these battles are.
Yeah. They take a lot of time.
We wish that we could speed these up. Geez.
But that's part of the Japanese culture of JRPGs. This is something that was so new to American audiences. We didn't know what we were getting into. These games really took effort. You had to try and try again in order to be able to get farmed enough to succeed. And that's something that American audiences just weren't used to.
Kind of the neat thing about it, though, is that as long as you just kept going and kept leveling up, you were going to do it. If you take that in comparison to a platformer where it's you versus the Nintendo, you have to have the reaction skills or what have you to get past the boss.
Yeah.
You compare that to a game like this where you just farm, and then eventually
You'll be powerful
enough and you're going to win.
It doesn't matter what weapons you even have. Well, in some respects it does.
But for the most part, you're going to make it if you just keep leveling up. Let's say you didn't know what you were doing, just kept leveling up, and then you got to the max level of level 50 for this game. I mean,
Isn't it further than level 50? It's like 62.
This game is level 50 is the highest level you can get to.
Are you sure?
I am nearly positive. In any case, let's say whatever. Let's say it is level 50. You get to the very, very max level, you're gonna beat the game. I mean, geez, as long as you know where to go, you know, that's the only thing that's gonna stop you. Is the clues are too cryptic.
Yeah, that was part of the one. I mean, that was definitely one of the issues with this game. I remember as I was a child, is this was one of those classic "where the fuck do you go" games. You know, not initially. I mean, the clues are good enough throughout pretty much the entire game until you get to the very end, which we've described before in our previous Let's Plays of this game, of how if you miss the one clue in Timit's Palace, you are screwed.
But the good thing about it is that the Nintendo Power came out, and
Thank
it
God.
told you exactly where to go. I mean, there was a lot of games that were like that.
It's only 86 pages.
During-
or whatever, it's 76 pages.
Yeah, during this era, I mean, where, you know, you pretty much had to have the Nintendo Power, or you just would not know where to go. Or, I mean, you could figure it out, you know, eventually, but I mean, geez Louise, you know, how much easier did that make it? Okay, gonna use a tent real quick. Whoops.
So, thanks for watching. Let's play Final Fantasy. Next time, we're going to go ahead and go into the Marsh Cave.
Keep those buttons moving. Have a great day.